Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into something, well, really essential for any leader. It's this idea of clarity of service.
Mm,
Sounds pretty simple, right? Just knowing who you serve.
seems straightforward.
But as we're going to discover, it's often overlooked. And it's incredibly powerful, maybe even a game changer.
Yeah, often the simplest ideas are the deepest.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Our insights today, they come from some really interesting excerpts in Serve Others, the Core of Purposeful Leadership by Surya M Ganduri.
Yes, from his book, Purposeful Leadership.
That's the one. Purposeful Leadership.
Ooh,
Leadership excellence with awareness and purpose, a quantum leap.
quite a title.
It is. And our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack who a leader genuinely serves, and maybe more importantly, why understanding this with crystal clarity is so foundational.
Not just a nice to have, but essential.
Totally. And you're going to hear this real-world anecdote from the source material that just perfectly illustrates what happens when leaders kind of forget this.
Okay, looking forward to that one.
It's a story that really sticks with you. Here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, let's unpack this. The core idea from the source is, well, pretty straightforward but profound.
Which is?
Purposeful leadership is not about serving yourself. That's the starting point.
Okay, so who do you serve then, according to the source?
Well, as a leader, the source really emphasizes you serve the people, on the front lines.
The ones doing the day-to-day work.
Right. The ones driving the business. You serve your colleagues, your board of directors, everyone around you, really.
And how do you do that effectively?
By first understanding what they need to give their absolute best.
So it starts with understanding.
Exactly. Only then can you genuinely support them.
It's interesting how the source frames that. It's almost like viewing everyone as a customer, in a way.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Your interactions, whether it's with that airline employee we're going to hear about or a direct report, they all shape the environment.
Absolutely. And shape your impact, which leads us perfectly to that anecdote I mentioned.
The airport story.
Yes. So the author recounts being stuck at an airport, flight canceled, chaos everywhere, and he's there with this top executive.
Okay, I can picture the scene. Frustration levels high.
Extremely high.
Yeah.
And this executive, clearly having a bad day, just loses it, marches right up to the front of this massive queue.
Oh no, bypasses everyone.
Gets to the desk, and sort of haughtily asks the airline employee, "Do you know who I am?"
Wow. Okay, what happened next?
Well, this is the legendary part. The airline employee, completely unfazed, looks out at this long, angry line of people
Yeah.
and calmly says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I need your help.
Uh-oh.
We have a case of forgotten identity. This gentleman here does not know who he is."
Oh, brilliant. The whole room erupted, I bet.
You got it. Just erupted.
That's quite a response, a real mic drop moment.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what's the bigger lesson here? What does the source draw from that?
Well, it's just a stark reminder, isn't it? About the traps. Power, fame, money, success. They can really blind you. That story just powerfully highlights the need for, well, vigilance. And maybe more importantly, a good dose of self-awareness.
Right. Knowing yourself.
Exactly. Before you speak, before you act, you got to be crystal clear on your motivations. And crucially, whom are you actually trying to serve in that moment?
Because that executive clearly wasn't serving anyone but his own ego.
Precisely.
And the author, he doesn't pull any punches. He directs this really strong statement at company officers. I should quote it directly.
These do.
He says, "If you believe you are serving yourself, your boss, or me as a member of board of directors of the company, it's okay, it's your choice. But then you should not work here. You should be promoted to customer."
Wow. That is direct.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it sends a really powerful message. There's just no room in the business, according to this view, for people whose main goal is just themselves, advancing their own interests.
It pushes back hard against that idea.
Right, that idea that you need sharp elbows or you need to listen to your ego to get ahead.
The source argues that's just fundamentally misguided for real leadership.
Completely. It actually undermines genuine leadership.
It reminds me of another great quote the source mentions from a wise leader on LinkedIn.
Oh.
"The best leaders don't climb their way to the top over the backs of others. They are carried to the top."
I love that. And serving others is exactly how that happens, isn't it?
Seems to be the core message.
Yeah, it's a direct reflection of how you build real influence, real respect.
Yeah.
When you genuinely serve, you empower people.
And in return, they lift you up.
Exactly. It shifts
Yeah.
everything from being just transactional.
As being relational.
Precisely. A fundamental shift.
Okay, so we've really established why this clarity of service is so critical. But, practically speaking, what does it mean day to day?
Right. The how.
Yeah. The source outlines 5 specific ways clarity of service actually strengthens purposeful leadership. Should we dive into those?
Let's do it. What's the first one?
First up, it aligns leadership with greater impact. So, how does clarity of service achieve that?
Well, this is where leaders start moving beyond just, hitting the numbers, the KPIs.
Okay.
They start seeing the bigger picture, the human side, the social dimensions of what they do.
So, connecting the dots.
Exactly. Connecting those internal goals with real external outcomes, making sure decisions actually serve a broader purpose.
Like, it's not just about selling widgets.
Right. It's about how those widgets actually improve someone's life or maybe contribute something positive to the community. It adds that layer of meaning.
That makes a lot of sense. It makes the work feel like it matters more.
It does.
Okay. Point number 2 is that it fosters a service-oriented culture. How does a leader's clarity on this, how does it trickle down?
The ripple effect. Well, when leaders genuinely model service, not just talk about it, but live it.
Yeah. Walk the talk.
Exactly. It creates these incredible, powerful ripples through the whole organization. Think about it if your leader is consistently focused on helping you succeed.
On removing obstacles for you.
Right. That builds trust almost immediately. And it builds empathy because people see that service is actually valued.
Not just a poster on the wall.
Definitely not. And this naturally leads to collective responsibility. Teams start looking out for each other, looking out for the shared mission. It's leading by example.
That sounds like a much healthier, more productive place to work.
Absolutely.
Okay, third point from the source. It reduces ego, elevates others. Now, this sounds easier said than done, right?
Definitely a challenge.
How does focusing on service actually help a leader fight that, that natural human tendency to put themselves first?
That's a really crucial point. The source basically says clarity of service acts like a powerful antidote to that me-first thinking.
An antidote, I like that.
Yeah. It's not just knowing you should lift others up. It's about deeply understanding that your own success and the organization's success are fundamentally tied to your team thriving.
So it shifts your internal calculation.
Completely. When you're truly clear on who you serve, your decisions just naturally start leaning towards empowering others because their success is your pathway to impact.
It's not separate.
It's not separate at all.
Yeah.
It becomes this continuous active practice of humility, of self-awareness, recognizing you're a steward, not the star of the show.
Steward, not dictator. That's a great distinction. Okay, moving to number 4. It drives meaningful innovation. How does service connect to innovation?
Well, leaders who are really attuned to service, they're constantly looking for ways to solve problems that matter, problems that have real-world impact.
So it's not just innovation for its own sake.
Not at all. Or just to beat a competitor, necessarily. Their drive comes from empathy, from understanding the actual needs, the pain points of the people they serve.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about a company that develops a new internal process, not just because it saves money, but because it significantly improves the daily work life of their frontline employees.
So innovation aimed at serving the team.
Exactly. That's service-driven innovation. It's rooted in making things better for others.
Got it. And the 5th and final point, it clarifies stakeholder priorities. Leaders are always juggling demands, right? How does serving others help with that balancing act?
It helps cut through the noise, essentially.
Okay.
With clarity of service, decision-making actually becomes much more straightforward because you're consistently asking that fundamental question, who really benefits from this and how?
So it provides a filter.
A very effective filter. It ensures that the vital needs of all stakeholders, customers, your team, partners, the community, aren't getting lost in the shuffle.
Prevents short-sighted decisions.
Or purely self-serving ones. It ensures you're making choices aligned with the greatest good for those you're actually meant to serve.
That makes a lot of sense. It brings it all back to purpose.
It really does. And, the source sums it all up beautifully with this metaphor. Imagine leadership as a spotlight. Clarity of service ensures that spotlight isn't just fixed on the leader. Instead, it illuminates the path for others to thrive.
Lighting the way for others.
Exactly. It's about enabling, empowering, not just self-aggrandizing.
Wow, what a powerful, resonant image. This whole deep dive, it's really hammered home a central insight, hasn't it?
I think so.
That purposeful leadership really hinges, like, completely on understanding and committing to serving others, not yourself.
Shifting that focus from me to we.
Yeah, fundamentally.
This raises a really interesting question, I think, for all of us listening.
Oh, what's that?
How might applying this clarity of service perspective,
Right.
how might it transform not just how we lead in our official roles, but how we interact with everyone in our daily lives? From colleagues to customer service people, like in the story, even when we're not formally in charge.
Taking it beyond formal leadership positions.
Exactly. Think about the potential ripple effect of that.
That's a really thought-provoking question to carry with us. Something to mull over.
Definitely.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into clarity of service and purposeful leadership. We really hope these insights contribute to your own journey of becoming truly well-informed.
It's been a great discussion.
Until next time.